Hi there everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Prestige Liquids. My name is Andrew, and as always it is fantastic to have you here with me again on another whiskey review video. Now in this video this is part 2 of my Chief Son whiskey review series. I was lucky to be able to purchase this this 3-bottle mini sample set from Chief Son, which is really cool because especially when it comes to Australian whiskies, a lot of them can be hard to come by or pretty expensive. And look, we all understand that everybody's got to think of their back pocket at the end of the day, and I guess these little samples actually give you a good way of not having to spend too much, but also being able to try a range of a particular distillery. So props for Chief Son for putting these out. Now in the previous video I reviewed the 900 standard. In today's one I will be reviewing the 900 Pure Malt. So since I have already reviewed the 900 standard, what I will do, will be setting up a playlist so that you'll be able to see all the videos that come out in one convenient location. So I'll put up one of those little info thingies that pop up on the top of the video there, and I'll put a link down in the description below so that you can view that playlist. So enough of that, let's pour some of this. Now if this is anywhere near close to the quality of the 900 standard, this will be awesome, because that was an absolutely incredible whiskey, and I think now I've got some pretty high standards set for Chief Son. So let's put that down and let's see what notes I've got for you today. So again, as I mentioned in the previous video, Chief Son is located on the Mornington Peninsula in Somerville, Victoria. They use ex-fortified French oak barrels. The 900 standard was lightly peated. From my understanding for this one is non-peated and has been bottled at 45% ABV, which again, as most of you will know, that is like my favorite sweet spot for ABV in whiskies. So let's move on to the tasting and let's see what we get. Cheers. So on the nose, oh wow, so this is completely different to the 900 standard. The 900 standard was very apple and pear dominant on the nose. This is like caramel, vanilla, very lightly burnt sugar. Obviously no peat at all. Oh, it's like butterscotch. It's very sweet on the nose, which I guess for those of you who have a sweet tooth, I think you will really enjoy this. I think for me at the moment, look, I am enjoying this note. I prefer more of the fruit sweetness rather than hardcore sugar sweetness. This is probably borderlining on almost too sweet for me, but it's just in that ballpark that I still like. So let's see what we get on the palate. Oh, so it's very dry. The mouthfeel is a lot thinner in comparison to the 900 standard, but I'm getting more burnt sugar and caramel notes. The barrel influence is definitely a lot stronger on this one than the 900 standard. You got this nice barrel char that comes through, and a very light white pepper note that comes through from the French oak. Okay, so I think at the back end of the palate, I'm getting a very light touch of apple, but those vanillas and honey caramel notes are definitely the main feature of this whiskey. Now, these were both bottled at 45%. The 900 standard, it packed more of a punch. This is a much softer, much more milder flavor and level of intensity for the ABV. So I think this one is probably quite perfect for, I guess, newcomers into the into the whiskey world. It's not something that's going to punish you or challenge you too much. It's got some really good dominant flavor profiles that come through that you can easily pick out. So it's very good for being able to develop your palate. Yep. And look, I mentioned on the nose there was quite a bit of butterscotch. I'm not getting any of that. If I am, it will be like a very, very light touch of the butterscotch at the back end of the palate. Moving on to the finish, it's very short, very thin. There's not really much going on, again, with the exception of all those sweet caramel, vanilla notes and honey. I think all in all, so far, out of I guess what I've only tried the 900 standard so far, but this one is enjoyable, but it's not my favorite. I think at the moment the 900 standard is definitely a lot better in my opinion. I really enjoyed that much more than this. I don't know, I think I was probably just expecting a bit more of a punch. I think these do actually come out in a cask strength version as well, so I would be curious to see how much of a difference there would be between the two batches. But yeah, look, that's all I've got to say about that. This, like I said, this is still a really nice whiskey. It's not one that I would reach for all the time, but again, it's always a nice one to have on your shelf, and this will please a lot of people. So alright, that's it. My name is Andrew. If you're new to the channel, then please consider hitting that subscribe button and the bell notification so that you can stay up to date with all future content. If you've tried this before, then leave me a comment down below. I would love to know what you think of it. And yeah, I'll see you all again on the next video. KIPPIS.